So Kit, yes, she knows what's going to happen.
She knows we're going to get a needle in her arm. Daddy's going to do it, not me. Daddy's doing that.
Yeah. So she is on her first due date. Her temperature's not really where it needs to be yet. She's at like 99.9. We've had a low of 99.6, but we got to get below 99. But why we're going to do a progesterone now is it's midday. We don't want to find out she suddenly starts to drop and it's 6 o'clock and we can't schedule something for a vet. So for that reason, we're going to do a progesterone test now. You can grab the whole thing if you want, Tom, as a cradle. Oh, so much it is. Yeah.
Big belly.
3 or 4 puppies. Not like crazy pregnant, but pregnant enough.
But they're all going to be fluffy carriers.
Yes.
Testable chocolate.
Yeah. So pick this up. This is.
You're here.
Okay. So we've got her on a space that she's relatively comfortable. Dogs don't like to be up on high things, so I want to make sure she feels safe and it's not slippy. So we're going to draw blood, and actually I'm going to draw it from this arm here because I've drawn blood there before. And it's a little bit easier.
Oh, she's got tiny veins.
She's difficult. This is why I want to do this. She's a hard dog to draw blood from. So you can see the challenge I'm going to have. And that'll help you. So what we got here? So we've got some alcohol. So Tammy's going to go ahead and just clean the area off. You don't want to push any dirt into an open hole. Plus it helps.
It helps open the...
Yeah. Fresh bowl. You're doing good, kid.
For my kid.
Yeah.
Here you go, honey. I know.
All right, helps with vein stand up. So these tourniquets, they're available at My Breeder Supply. They're really inexpensive and they really work well. And if I can do a one-handed operation here. All right, you want to hold the phone?
Yeah.
Okay. So here comes a tourniquet. Really simple. Over the foot, up above the elbow, and then cinch it down like that. And
above the elbow.
Right.
Here's your needle in there.
Okay, so now, right here I have a 1 ml syringe and a 22 gauge needle. And then can you focus on that? You'll see there's a beveled area. My hands are dirty. They're not dirty, they've got ink on them actually. But there's the beveled area. That's going to go up. That goes up. And what we're going to do is, I can tell you that this is a difficult dog. I can just got a feel for this.
Difficult as in finding veins.
Yes, it's right there. So I push this over to the side so it doesn't walk on me. Needle goes up and it goes obliquely like this. So here we go.
I can't turn it the other way, maybe.
In. And guess what? No blood. So now I'm going to just start moving around. There it is. There it is. I don't need a lot. I need about half a cc, and I've got half a cc there. And I mean, I started pulling a little early, so that's why that happened. But it's okay. I'm going to live with that. I'm going to call that good.
You don't need more than that?
No, it'll be right. So now, tourniquet's released. I take a paper towel to put it over the hole, pull this back, and then Tammy can look at that and see whether or not.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to just show this here, Tammy. I'm going to put the blood back into this here.
Okay.
And I'd like to have a whole thing of it, but that's good enough. And that's what I'm going to spin with. If you're going to use this...
I can't see it. Hold it down, please.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. If you're going to spin this, make sure you don't have a hole in the bottom of it because it all comes out.
There was one day we did
Okay,
that.
so I've got one of the old centrifuges. If you've bought anything from us recently, you've got the much nicer newer ones, but they all work the same. So I'm going to put this into the empty hole, and just to show you, that one's empty. So we're going to put the blood into that one there. This one here has a counterbalance. It has another one in there from a previous use, and that's going to be our counterbalance. I'll pop that in there. Do this one-handed. Goes on the opposite side, so it doesn't vibrate like crazy. Got to turn it on. And we'll let it spin for about 5 minutes. Full speed. So can you see that, Tammy? Can you see the clear fluid above? Clear fluid?
Yes.
Yes. We're going to collect from this. So fresh little tip on this thing. Got 2 positions. 1, 2.
Wait, I didn't see that.
1, 2. You're just going to go to the first one, not all the way down. Down is all the way to eject the fluid. So here we go. First, steady into the fluid. I've got to be able to see it, so it may be hard for you to see. I don't want to get into the blood.
Only the fluid only, not the blood.
Now, I've got a situation here where it's kind of gelled up on me, and it doesn't want to pull up. When that happens, what you can do is you stir it up a little bit, or you can respin if you need to after you stirred it up. We may have to do a respin here. We'll just see what's going to happen here. I'm getting fluid through it. It's kind of gelled up and just kind of stirring around. And we'll get rid of this. Halfway down into the fluid. And there it is. There's a good pull. And you'll know you got a good pull because you'll see it comes up to this first little ring. There's 2 little rings that'll come up to the first ring.
Okay, go ahead.
You'll know you got a good pull because you'll see the fluid is up to the first ring. That's the full 75 microliters. Very important. Nice clear fluid. Okay. So over here, we're now going to keep that just in case we have to redo things. This now goes into, every time you get a box of test kits, you get 10 of these things. You use a one-time use. The fluid goes into this, and you can see here, I am really moving the button up and down. I'm squidging this thing around. I'm getting it really mixed up well. You can close a stopper up and mix it, but I feel like this is a better way of doing it. All right, we've got to mix up properly. Halfway down, all the way to the bottom, let it go. And you can see again, I've got a little air thing at the top. You can see again, it's the same pull halfway up. Can you see it there all right, Tammy? See the line? Mm-hmm. Good. This then goes into a new cassette. Goes in a little window. Once you put this in the window, you've got to start your test. You don't want to hang around. I mean, you can take 15, 20 seconds. Okay, now looking at the machine is warmed up, it's at almost 25 degrees. It's on standard test. This is a mistake people make. Thumbprint area goes in last. Barcode goes in first. If you put it the wrong way around, it'll complain. Hit start test. And then if it goes in and it says 50 minutes, and now it's counting down to the test, and there it goes. 15 minutes.
Can't see it. Okay.
I got it now. Thank you. Right, good. Now, something else here. You've got to make sure that you've got the right chip that's been calibrated for the test. And there it is. It is ends in 430F. And if you look at the test kit that I've got here, it ends in, get my finger right, you can see it. Sometimes it's hard to see where you're pointing at. Come on, where am I? I use this to point at it. Good Lord. Come on. There you can see it says, the ending is 1430F. That is, if you put the wrong test kit, the wrong, if they're not matched, it'll complain about it and it'll make you reread the slot. So you'll know you've got something wrong. So there's a couple of things you can get wrong here would be, you don't have the correct chip for the test kit. And by the way, once you've read this test kit once, you can turn the machine off, remove it, doesn't matter, it'll remember it till next time. And then the other thing is you'll put the reagent, the strip in the wrong way around, that'll give you an error. And then that you don't have the thing on standard test, you have it on quick test, that won't work for you. And that you have not put into this first before you put it into the test strip. Those are the mistakes that you can make. If you don't make those mistakes, you just count down 15 minutes and you'll get your results. And if you get it set up so it'll print it as well. Super easy to use. I love these machines. This one here is now pushing 4 years old, working like a champ. The ones that you're getting now say Fine Care Plus. Oh, no, this one does say Plus on it. It's still that. Okay, there we go. And here's something else that you can get wrong. Expiration date. You want to make sure that your test kits, they've got a 2-year expiration for when they're manufactured, and you want to make sure you're doing your test within the expiration date. So you can see this expires March of 24. So I've got 1.5 years left on this test kit before they're used up.
Remind them too is keep them in a cool area.
Yeah, you don't want to store this in a place that gets to 100 degrees. It wants to be, you know, we keep these in the house. So it doesn't need to be in a refrigerator, but it wants to be kept, as it says here, that it wants to be kept between you know, freezing and 86 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's pretty wide range. Okay. So here's our test going. We've still got another 7 minutes to go. Now, what would happen if the power goes out while you're in the middle of a test? Well, the answer is it's not all lost. What you can do is if you set yourself an independent stopwatch or looked at the clock when you started the test, so you knew how minutes were left on the test, You could turn the machine back on, and then you could set it up for a quick test, which is this one over here. And it does a test immediately. Just wait till those 7 minutes, in my case, are used up, total of 15 minutes. And you can do a quick test on it. The difference between the quick test and the standard test, on the standard test, it sucks it inside into a little incubation chamber, and it sets the temperature up to 25 degrees and holds it there for the entire 15 minutes. If you're doing the quick test, it means that you're doing the test outside of the machine, and you want to be in a room that's, comfortable room temperature is going to be around 25 degrees. And you can just do it immediately after 50 minutes elapsed since you put the test mixture drops into the cassette window. Okay, so the countdown is almost finished. What are we expecting to see here? Well, the number of 3 or less means that she's ready for a C-section. So you can hear it making some whirring noises. It says testing. The little slope thing came out. And here comes the number, and it's 15.6. And then it prints it out for us, and it says 15.6. So that would be a dog that's getting close to being ready to be bred, if that's what we're doing, but that's not the case here. What we're doing is a C-section. We want the number to be 3 or less, and as you can see, we're not there yet. Now, how quickly will it drop from 15.6 to less than 3? It could happen literally in 24 hours. I would not be at all surprised to see that she's ready tomorrow. I'm guessing that actually Wednesday is going to be the right date, but that's just a guess, and that's why we've got the machine, because guessing is not good enough. We want to get it right. We don't want to get her being taken early. But here's the good news. Pretty certain that we can sleep well tonight. She's not going to have puppies, and so we'll kind of reevaluate things tomorrow. So what are the readings on the Fine Care machine versus other machines like IDEX and Minivitus, Imulite? On the low end, they're all about the same. So a 3 on any of those machines means that you're in the right zone for a C-section. On the other end of the scale, there is a big difference. Where an IDEX, you'd be breeding on a 15, you're breeding on about a 17 to a 20 on this machine, the Fine Care, and on like a 28 and higher on a Minivitus. Much, much higher numbers on a Minivitus. All right, there we go.
Thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate people who subscribe to me. It helps me, encourage me to do more of these videos. But do remember, disclaimer here, I am not a vet. I'm not a licensed medical professional. I'm purely a person who's been breeding dogs for the last couple of decades. Any information that you got from this video, use at your own risk. There's nothing implied here, and certainly this should not be used as a substitute for advice from your veterinarian or your medical professional. I hope you enjoyed the video. Come back for more of them. Bye.